What you say?
What does a good outfit do to a man's confidence?
A good outfit does for a man's confidence, everything. I feel like it's the way you center yourself in a room. You tell your story, you know what I mean? You drop your shoulders a bit more. So I feel like, especially, good tailoring. Every guy needs a good tailor, truly. You just don't want to buy a suit off the rack. You want to make sure it fits to your body. Don't follow trends, follow what works for you and what makes you feel good.
Previously noted that in 2014 you nearly gave up on this career. What got you out of that, and are you so glad that you stuck on to get to this moment?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I guess I stuck it out. I don't think it was to get to this moment, but I think it was about to stay the course of feeling useful in whatever I was doing. Now, to where I've arrived, that's something that I did not expect, because I expected to just be a working actor and to do work that was meaningful. So all of this is just, is really the icing on the cake. And I feel like if it allows me to keep doing the work that I so passionately love to do, then I'm winning. And that's beautiful.
I think that fashion, that's why I'm so honored to get this award with the Costume Designers Guild Association. And I think what it says is clothing can tell powerful stories and be transformative without you saying a thing. My outfit can do so much, and I look at clothing as walking art and walking storyboards and walking stories ready to be told. And I just want to give a big shout out to every designer I've worked with on a movie set, on a music video set, their crew, all of the artisans and laborers who put together the stitching, who pick out the fabric, who make the fabric of everything I've worn. They've helped me tell some of my most important stories and honoring the most important people to me, and they mean a lot to me. And I want to dedicate this award to people that I fashion myself after, which is my family. My mom and my dad put on their costume, their uniform every day, and they were janitors, they were trash men, they worked at the post office, and they taught me the power of what you represent when you put on those clothes. And when people see you in those clothes, how they view you and your work that's tied to community and what your morals and your values are. So I want to dedicate that to all the working class parents out there putting on their fashion every single day and going to go save our world.
It hasn't. I was very well taught at college, but set design is what I wanted to do in theatre, and I was really taught by a set designer who was our head of department and absolutely at the peak of his career, and said, darling, don't worry about the costume, you always get someone else to do them. But by someone I grew up with, who got to know the Merchant Ivory film company, I sort of got sidelined into it, and they thought I was a costume designer. So I just became one. And we'd been taught costume and history of costume and cutting at college, but it wasn't my primary love. But then it's all storytelling, so I just sort of shifted.
When I saw that Miley Cyrus's dress was in their auction from the Grammys, my first thought was, I got to throw a bid in, but then
she bought it.
So tell me how that happened and how much it meant to you that she wanted it.
It meant a lot to her because it was such an incredible moment for her career. All of a sudden, the next day you couldn't. I just did nothing but talked on the phone every moment of that day. It was amazing.
That was a vintage dress, right? That was one that you made a while.
Back in the 90s. It was a Broadway tribute, and I had. Three big spender girls, and that was one of them.
Yeah. You would have never thought all these years later that it would be on the Grammy stage and the artist herself would want it back. That's amazing.
Well, she wanted it. She really did. And I think she donated the whole thing to the good charity, music charity. So that's good, always.